we are continuing applications of equations. So let's start. So the example says a number 16 is divided into two parts. Basically we have to divide the 16 into two parts. One of them being 3 times the other. If first part is x, then the other part is 3 times of the other part. Okay. Find the two parts. Now 16 is a one part which is being broken into two parts. That means if I say x plus 3x is total 16. Now why we have done this 3x? Because this is the first part, this is the second part. Thrice of the other part. Let the other part be x. Okay, so we will write let the other part be x. Okay, then second part is equal to thrice of the other part, that is thrice x. According to the question, what is the total? X plus 3x is equal to 16. Now it is x plus 3x is 4x is equal to 16. X is equals to 16 upon 4, that is 4. Okay. Now we have second part. We have to calculate. This is my other part. So what will be my? So I will write second part, and always write whatever you have initialized in the introduction of the question. Okay. Now the other this was the other part basically, not second part. So I will write other part, and here I will write second part. 3x is equals to 4 into 3, that is 12. Okay. So this is how we need to write the statements for the question. Fine. Now let us come to the other question. The other question says there are some 50 paisa coins in a bag. So we have a bag and it contains many 50 paisa coins. Okay. If their total value is rupees 60, how many coins are there? If I say one coin has the value 50 paisa. So if I say the number of coins are x, so what is the total cost of x coins? One coin is of 50 paisa. Okay, so x coins will be of 50x paisa. Is it clear? Similarly, the total money this carries is rupees 60. Now if I convert rupees 60 into paisa, so what I will do? 60 into 100 paisa. Why? 1 rupee is equals to 100 paisa. So rupees 60 is equals to 60 into 100, that is 6000 paisa. Is it clear? So now this is the total amount and this is also the total amount. So what we will do? We will equate this total amount with each other, because this is the total amount and this is also the total amount. Always remember, on left and right side of this equality, both the terms should be of same magnitude. If I am taking time at one side, the other side should also have time. If I am taking paisa at one side, so second side will also have the units of paisa. If this is in the form of rupees, then this should be also in the form of rupees. So units and the magnitude should be same. Now we have to find x. 50 and x are in multiplication. We will simply divide 6000 by 50. Okay. So we will get 0 to 0 cancel. Then 5 is 5. Then 1 remainder. 10 to 120. So we will get 120 coins. So what is x? We need to write what is x. Let the total number of coins in the bag be x. Okay. So then cost of 1 coin 50 paisa. Then cost of x coins 50x paisa. Total money is equal to rupees 60, that is 6000 paisa. Then according to the question, in short we can write ATQ for according to the question. So we have got, we'll write in the end, thus the total number of coins in the bag is 120. Okay, so this is the one way. In this we have converted our total amount into paisa. There is one another way for doing this question also. The other way is convert this 50 paisa into rupees. Now 1 rupee is equals to full rupee. If I say 50 paisa, that means it is half rupee. So I can write this 50 paisa as rupee half. Okay, I can write this as rupee half. Fine. Similarly, so I will, instead of writing this 50 paisa, I will write half rupee. Then the cost of x coins will be half into x. This will be the total cost. This left side statements will remain same. Only the right hand side of the equation will change. 50 paisa coin will have this value, and the total coins, x coins, will have this value now. Total money will be 60. Then according to the question again, total money is 60 rupees, which is equal to half of x. This is also the total money. We'll equate this and 2 will be gone here. So we'll write this, so x is equals to 120. Again we have get the same answer. So either you can convert the whole amount into paisa, or either you say it in rupees. The only thing is then you have to convert the individual amount. Okay. Now we'll move to the other question. Now the question is the length of a rectangle. Let us draw figures so that we can understand it better. Now this is a rectangle, its length is this and breadth is given by this b. Okay, we are taking symbols for easier one. So length of a rectangle is 4 centimeter more than its breadth. So whatever is breadth, if breadth is b, then the length of the rectangle is L. Okay, and which is b plus 4. Basically 4 more than the breadth. So b is the breadth, so L is b plus 4. Okay. If the perimeter of the rectangle is 40 centimeter, now what is the perimeter of rectangle? 2L plus b. This is the perimeter of rectangle, and perimeter is given as 40. I am not writing the statements now. I am just concentrating on the concept. The statements you can see from the book also, there are statements, but important is the concept. So please understand the concept very carefully. Now 40 is the perimeter which is being given, and what are the values of length and breadth that we have? 2. Length is b plus 4. We will substitute the values of length into the given formula, because whatever is the given, if perimeter is given, we have to put values into the formula of perimeter. If area is given, then we have to put the values into the formula of area. So b plus 4 plus b is b has not changed, so it will be equals to 2. b plus b is 2b plus 4 inside the bracket. First of all bracket is solved, then after the other things. 40 is remaining as it is. Now 40 is equals to, this 2 is in multiplication with this bracket, can go to the other side and will become a division. So 2b plus 4. So it will be 20 now. We can just flip the equation. Flipping does not change any sign or any operator while doing the equation. So we can write 2b plus 4. Flipping is moving just. We have to just rotate the things. 2b plus 4 will come to the left side, and this 40 by 2, that is 20, will come to the right hand side, because it makes the equation look better. Now this plus 4 will go to the other side, becomes minus. Now 2b is equal to 16, that is b is equals to 16 by 2, that is 8. Now breadth has come out to be 8 centimeter. See the unit which is there, 8 centimeter will write. So what will be the length of the rectangle? B plus 4. So we will substitute the values of b into this. So we will get 8 plus 4, that is 12 centimeter. Okay, and by putting this value L and B, 8 centimeter and 12 centimeter in this formula, we can check also that perimeter will come out to be 40 only. Like for example, check it. L is how much? 12 plus 8, that is 20. 20 into 2 is 40, and it is correct also. So the values of L and B that we have calculated are correct. This is the first part of the question that we have completed. Now the second part, what is the area of a square? Now we have a square of side A. Okay, square has all sides equal, okay, which has the same perimeter as the rectangle. Now this square has same perimeter, so this perimeter is equal to the perimeter of rectangle. Now perimeter of square is given as 4 into side. Here the side is A. Okay. Now perimeter is 40. 4 into A divided, 4 is in multiplication. So the value of A will be 40 by 4, that is 10 centimeter. Now this is the side of the square. We have to find area of the square. Now area of square is given by side square. Here the side is A, so A square. Okay, I can write this. So 10 square is equal to how much? 100 centimeter square. Whenever there is an area, the unit becomes square, because 10 square means 10 into 10, that is 10 centimeter into centimeter. So squaring of 10 is occurring and squaring of centimeter is also occurring. So that is why we write 100 centimeter square. So this is the today's work. Now your homework is exercise 4.3. Exercise 4.3, question 1, first, third, fifth, seventh and ninth part. And if there is any problem, then we can discuss. You can message me anytime on my number. Thank you very much.